Hello, beautiful people.
Hello, hello, people.
So this evening it's me, Marius, and Karolis. We decided to make a podcast very fast, just to make the first step to make it happen. And tonight's topic is going to be dopamine, because that's something what I had realization just on my way back home from the shop. So basically, I'll tell a short story why this topic came up into my head. So at the given moment, I'm working hard work, which is physically hard because of the weather, because of the conditions, living with the same people every day. Like it's four guys at the moment and five guys in the house. So basically, all day I see them, all night I live with them, and it starts to kind of play psychologically. And in certain points, it felt like masculine energy kind of builds up and it's very hard to balance it because working 60 hours a week, it's just basically making food, going to work and trying to get some rest to make for the other day because I'm training at the in the mornings as well. And today I thought the same, that my energy is up and I just wanted something to burn it. So basically for me my choices usually are sugar, alcohol, something like that. And after I went for a walk and thought about my choices and how I'm making decisions and why I choose to feel the way I feel, I understood that's more about dopamine rush and dopamine addiction than it is about masculine energy. Basically, as soon as I'm back from work, I don't do nothing worthwhile. Let's call it that way. I
Okay.
bet I bet play games or I don't know, waste time or watch short videos and scroll those videos like I don't know 2 3 hours sometimes instead of building something like business, doing a side hustle or working on myself, reading a book. And that's something what's burning me for a while. And that's where I always thought as I can't manage my energy. And today I understood it's not about the energy, it's about the addiction to dopamine.
Hmm.
So that's my insights of tonight. And the outcome of these insights, I'm thinking to do, I don't know, a couple days without these dopamine injections. Not injections, how to like, not stimulating, kind of keeping myself distance from all the stuff which spikes my dopamine.
Hmm. You know, when you said that you're not doing something worthy, yeah, it automatically reminded me about the hierarchy structure of things what's important in our life, and when we go, let's say the pyramid, when we go down all the steps, every human being will define it in their own way, but it's very important that you chose this topic today of a dopamine, because really it's most one of the most powerful stimulants what we have in our brain, that really without our consent it's pushing us to take certain steps and really make some decisions on automatically, basically, because it's just a network, a web of habits that we integrated over the time. So it's this dopamine thing. I was previously a drug addict, and I was addicted to cocaine for 9 months after a car crash. And as I believe the cocaine is working strictly to your dopamine system. And how I quit it is the interesting part. I started to do something worthy. I started to do something worthy. I attached a purpose to whatever I done, and I lowered the dopamine in the hierarchy system of my life. That activities that was increasing the dopamine. In that case, was a cocaine addiction, and it was that purpose what I attached to certain activity. It was a community building at that time, launching a sports brand, as you know, the sports lodge thing. And but what else I have done? I transitioned from cocaine to weed, because what I decided at that point in my life, that weed was better than a cocaine, and it was helping me to go off from the withdrawal period. So when you do when you said that you want to basically detoxify yourself from all these dopamine addictions, I can definitely tell you one thing. It's not about detoxifying the current state. It's about finding the reason why this current state came to you.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's a bit different, you know. When let's say something hurts, yeah, you can apply some cold cream, you know, you can go to therapy, you can do some stretches, you know, or heat therapy, you know, whatever, you know, you can apply some treatment. But what is the reason of that pain? You know, how it came to you? You know, are you was overtraining, or you was not eating enough, or you was not hydrating enough, or you know, maybe you was not even stretching out properly, you know, or you was not doing a cool down. So it's basically what's happening is you treating with a detoxifying part, yeah, you treating yourself that way for now, but the reason why it's happening, like you keep getting back to this pattern, yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
if you keep getting back to this pattern, you basically, yeah, I will go to a villa, you know, I will chill out, and then you see you are hanging out with Brazilian girls, you know, drinking martini, and the same what you mentioned is the alcohol. It's a lot of things, you know, even the feeling of achievement that you was detoxifying is what works on a dopamine. It's the reward system, you know.
Yeah, yeah. And at the same time, it's I don't like the reason why I get to this stage is because I do believe in cause and effect, right?
Yeah, of
And
course.
then when I achieve something what I consider worthwhile, or I can see, let's say, the spiral going up, I'm fine with achieving, and I'm fine with that type of dopamine, which is not just a spike where I know that there's gonna be like ripple effect to the positive, what I consider positive.
Okay.
So I do agree with everything you said, and about the values. Yes, that's what drives our life. The interesting part is that my top value is lead by example, and one of the things is like that answered from that was my answer to myself when I was asking why do I keep getting myself into tough situations where it's like why I don't just kind of settle for whatever like other people would consider good, or like that's life, why don't you just enjoy what you have? And like no, that's kind of boring, I need to do something just to kind of experience something else, just to push my boundaries.
uh, it's like it's like a gateway, you know. I often was calling my various habits a getaway from myself, because uh, as a basic example, what you said is boring, you know. Boredom is like, it's the place where you don't have what to do, you don't know what to do, what you can do, you know. It's like you just feels like wasting your time, you know. But sometimes I like, it's my personal experience, maybe somebody not gonna agree with this, but sometimes you have to be in a boredom of nothingness, because that's where you are with yourself. Like, all this thought process is doing something.
Yes, I'm just like when I say boredom, I mean more about basically a boring routine of not life, like when events kind of repeat itself every day and there's no life, where it's like It's like almost stagnation.
But you see, we are touching the point where it's a bit on ungrateful saying, I could say, because but that's how it is. It's nothing bad with that, because you know I'm the guy who always says the gratitude is a foundation. Like for me,
Yeah,
it's a top priority. Yeah.
I do agree. Yes.
Uh, but just a thing is that when I just came to UK from Lithuania when I emigrated, and for the first 1.5 year I was working in factories, and that was like a crucial suffering for me, crucial suffering point for me in life, because that was like when I decided that I am an entrepreneur. I can't live that like that, anymore. But I also have perfect understanding of importance of these monotonical jobs, I could say.
Yeah.
Like this. I will give you a simple example. Like you said, everything is same day, every day, same, yeah? But
Yeah.
when you train, yeah, you change your exercises, but it's basically same every day. It's just the value of why you're
Yeah.
doing this. The
Yes.
importance, what you add to this is why it is so. And if you now struggling in, let's say you are in construction industry, yeah?
Yeah.
So basically now, like we had a conversation with you about this, and you said like I'm finding myself, I'm seeing opportunities and so on. But that's construction industry is the one main industries that I recommend to enter in 2023, in 2024, and so on, because it will always thrive. So how we change this perspective of going in that situation and being grateful for that. But maybe that's why I have to do this. Maybe that gonna open me doors.
Yes. I do agree about gratitude, and that's the thing. Like now, me having this hard job, like I am grateful, and at the same time, when I was having an easy job, I was grateful for it. But there was like certain time where I felt that it's enough. Like I felt that this chapter is finished for whatever reasons. Like I felt that the money can go up
Yeah.
and it's gonna be less challenging, or it's
Yeah.
gonna just repeat. And that's why I had to change something. I just couldn't do it anymore. So I did learn how that gratitude is an important part, like let's say the foundation of an amazing life in a tough way.
Oh
Not
yeah.
such
Oh
tough way.
yeah.
Like
Oh
I,
yeah.
it's like I mean my way tough. Like I understand that for some people it's like nothing, and I'm just happy that every time when I have to pay for something or like I get in debt, every time I'm happy that it's monetary.
Mm-hmm.
As long as it's like I can pay a bill, I can pay it back, it's fine. Like as long as it's not health, it's not, losing or kind of breaking or anything. Like thank you for taking in this form.
Yeah.
So yes, it's very simple, especially now at my work, is to see, a lot of people coming every day. It's like, if it would be this, it would be better, or if it would be this, it would be better. It's like it never finishes, and 80% of people, they will not move a finger to change it. So just like, yeah, whatever. And in the like recent days, that's what I kind of pay more attention to, what people do more over the what they're saying, because word, words are just noise most of the time.
Today I was writing a post about importance of priming yourself in the morning. And strange thing is that when somebody asks me what kind of routines I do right now to prepare myself for a day and so on, is like I don't do nothing to prepare myself because I'm ready. But at
Hmm.
certain point in my life, and I even do this, give these things for my clients, who are consulting with me and so on. I do this, I give them this routine thing to prime themselves but I always remind them that you are ready as you are, you know. And at certain point in my life, this morning routine, I was doing the 5 a.m. club 20-20-20 rule, if you're familiar with that. It's so basically the 20-20 rule is 20 minutes of move. So you wake up 5 a.m. in the morning,
Yeah.
straight away jump into action. So you move your body, you train, you run. Running is one of the most important and basically primitive exercises that we was always doing. Hunting for
Yeah.
food, running, you know. So the second 20 minutes is a time to reflect. So you are either spending time in silence, meditating, journaling, basically reflecting on yourself, on the day
Yeah.
ahead. And the third 20 is grow. And all these three are based on all this dopamine, serotonin, cortisol thing that helps you to lower your stress hormones and not spike the dopamine level, to keep it balanced, you know. Because when you wake up and you hit your phone straight away, you straight away hit your dopamine levels. It's like
Mm-hmm.
getting a spoon of sugar, you know. You straight away get on top. And then basically what was happening, I noticed in my life, you know, when even after I do my morning, like, let's say, ritual, or, you know, just warming up for the day, whatever we can call it, and I jump on the phone, and if I catch myself scrolling after some time, and I can notice that during all that day I will scroll more,
Mm,
because it's like every habit is building another habit. It's
yes.
like a muscle. You know, they say willpower is a muscle, because it's definitely is. It's just not a muscle. It's just a neural web, and that's what was driving me for some time. I was doing 137 days of this 5 a.m. club, and that was like crazy periods in my life. You know, it gave me massive growth. And I can say today that currently I'm not doing this, and I'm experiencing that growth continuously, because uh, my pivot point, you know, of the biggest growth in me was letting go of the stuff, letting go of
Mm-hmm.
the expectations, letting go of the goals, letting go of the destination, and accepting the journey. Because if you wouldn't get into this stuff where you are right now, like, how you would learn the outcomes you're getting right now? It's like different, you know. You
Yes.
can read stuff in the book, but
It's
it
not gonna
it
work.
doesn't work that way. It doesn't work
Is
that way.
it, reading is just like half of the work. So it's
Yeah.
as I kind of draw it in my head is reading is building the bones,
Hmm.
and then experience is like putting the flesh on the bones. It's
Yeah.
like the one it's not gonna work without the other.
Of
And
course.
one of the things which I've read in this book I'm reading at the moment, the Kybalion, is that knowledge will knowledge is basically forcing us to use it. If we learn something, we will have lessons or situations in our life to apply the knowledge, and that's forcing the growth. So when I decided myself, I think in like 2018 or 2017, to start reading books, watching podcasts, I wasn't aware that with consuming information and kind of reading books, I will be forced into growing myself, into experiencing life.
Yeah.
'Cause- And like, I'm grateful for the whole journey with all ups and downs, and it's like it's been amazing since then, and it's getting better every year. Like it's magical. Like last year when I've got Spotify notification to kind of run through my year, I was like, I had a tear of joy, because like I remembered what 2022 had for me, and I know that 2023 is gonna be even faster than that. It's like the cycles keeps getting shorter and having deeper lows and higher ups, and it's like everything in between.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's just kind of sit down and enjoy the ride.
Oh, I think, like, I'm a fatalist, how they call it, and I believe that's the only one option we have to enjoy the ride, because ride is happening anyway, and yeah, growth is inevitable.
Yes, it's
Even
just
the rooting, when the things root down, when let's say food roots down, it's what makes other things grow.
you mean rots down.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry, a little broken English.
No
Yeah,
worries. Yeah.
but that's very important. Like some people. I had the situation when some people got triggered by a word shit. And I was like, "What do you mean? It's fertilizer. It's fertilizer. You apply shit on a harvest. You get the harvest. You get the crops, and you have a food, and then you produce the shit, and you keep harvesting, and
Yeah.
that's another story of above and below.
Yes. Like it's interesting that you mentioned running because that's one of the things which I kind of do as well for quite a while. So I
Running.
do run. Yes. So I run like 5.5 kilometers like twice or 3 times a week.
Okay.
And was it yesterday. So I'm getting up at 5 usually now, like during the working days. I ran out and it's like beautiful sky because it's like no lights. I live in a small town now. I'm looking at the sky running and just thinking like the universe is so massive and sometimes I think I have problems. I'm like not even a fart in the wind and like what type of problems can I have? So it was one of those, not even the feelings, it like experiences where I know that there's no point of holding on. So it's like you don't need just unlearn how to hold on.
Mm-hmm. On
Because
learning.
because every time we think we need to hold on to something, it's just gonna be taken away. It's like till we learn how that we don't need that to have our power.
I learned my let go phase with people, and especially when you are in business, it's a heavy road, with people, and my way of learning that was, several times I got so attached to potential business partners, that I just got to the point where I started to feel like emotions to these people, that they are not um developing the way I see them. They can, I have this professional, I could say, illness of seeing the best in everything. And why I said illness, because it's not bad, but what's happening is, by seeing something in other people that is more or less than they are, universe, because
Yep.
whatever value I attach to these people that is not universe, I already ruin things. And it's basically running on my illusion, my personal illusion, and I have nothing to do with the really their journey,
Yeah.
except that I'm putting the expectations on them, and
Yes.
then I'm holding on to them because they are not working that way how I see them, and that's ruining the relationship, that's ruining the business you're doing together, that's ruining your day, that's ruining your mood, so uh, for me, that was the main thing. I stopped pursuing clients, I stopped pursuing potential clients. I mean,
Yeah.
I stopped pursuing partners. I have few friends who are really struggling with business, and they're doing obvious mistakes, but like they don't want to listen to me. They don't want to. They when they listen to answer, not to
Yeah. But
understand, and that's big
what
difference.
one question for you. Did you ever listen when someone was telling you till you get your own experience?
uh, it's
I'm not talking about now, but before.
like my mother always was saying, if I tell you something you don't understand, but if someone male tells you, you straight away understand. So I had this, but I had this because I was growing up without my father. I had father, I had him on the phone because he was in prison most of the time, you know. But
Yeah.
the thing was, any of the elder friends telling me the same what my mother told me like weeks ago, months ago, and I couldn't understand her, like what she's telling, you know. So yeah, I had definitely had this, and this is a big thing of ignorance. It's a big thing of ignorance because uh, I recently started to listen even to bullshit. You know, I'm
Ah,
telling
yeah.
you.
Yeah, I
You
know
get
it's
the
same.
point, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes, you know, when you start listening to even your own bullshit,
Yeah.
you can trigger something in you, and then you like, come on, come here, who you are. What is this trigger? Where are you coming from? What you doing here?
Yes.
What you teaching me? What you want me to understand? You know? And then you are like, it's like a shortcut, you know. But that's not a shortcut. That's a normal way. But for some people, you know, to achieve this, it takes time. But when you achieve this, it's so super easy, especially with fear, insecurity, doubt of any sort. You straight away identify that it is what it is. And when you put names correctly in the place, like there is no escape. You become aware about that. Ignorance is eliminated because if you do not react to your triggers as an observer, what you do, you are being led by your triggers.
Yeah. The control.
So in any way, it's full control over us. But because, like I said, I believe in destiny, and I believe that our free will is illusion. You know, so in my life, at least, you know, like it will not apply to everyone, but in my life, there was a lot of synchronicity. There was a lot of proofs that it's just happening as it has to happen.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I believe that setting goals is the biggest bullshit ever, because I never ever stepped away from my vision, and this vision is just natural. Things that I never read about, never seen, but they are just keep projecting, you know, and all the situations are coming up in the right time at the right place with the right tools, and sometimes these
Mm-hmm.
situations are not successful in order for you to get more adaptable, more flexible, more liquid. It's like saying, you know, I want to this year I'm gonna earn 1 million. It's like, why that much? Why not 10 millions? Like, why are you putting frame on yourself?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know what you're saying. It's just one of the topics. Like it's a different topic from what we started, and
Yeah,
I
but
still didn't.
goals is a reward system when you achieve the goals, and setting up the
Dopamine.
goals is also inspiring the dopamine, because if you don't have a goals, you feel worthless. You feel like you're not moving, you're stagnating.
For me, it's about doing something what I in my value system what's worthwhile doing. So basically, if I'm not smoking weed or drinking, I don't know, in a gym or reading a book or watching a podcast, that's worthwhile. It's like it doesn't need to be
Yeah.
kind of, it doesn't have to have an outcome or kind of measurable something,
Okay.
as long as it's worthwhile in by my values. And at the same time, it was interesting because after you suggested me to do the podcast, like 10 minutes later, I felt fear. I was like, ah, maybe I'm not ready. Maybe I should watch more or like learn more. And I'm like, what is this coming from? So yeah, coming back from what you said, like all these triggers and like from like what is this like that's what we're doing. That means that I'm going the right way with the fear and like kind of there's a wish to step back,
It's like
right?
you will never have enough information to do something.
Yes,
Is a
it's like
perfectionism is a form of procrastination. Procrastination is a form of fear, doubt, insecurities, and
yeah.
that's why I'm saying, you know, we shouldn't be focusing on temporary solutions to, you know, step away from that dopamine, or you know, step away from stress. You know, it's also, you know, it's a different topic, but they're both also so related, because when your dopamine is high, you're more sensitive to stress. When your dopamine is lowering down, and your sensitivity, all these triggers have bigger influence on you. And but that's how it is, you know. we have to be ready. There is I think it's Japanese quote, when a boy and a horse was lost in the forest, and there was a fog in front of them, and the boy started to cry, and he was saying for horse, like, I don't know where to go, I can't see nothing. And the horse said to him, do you see your next step? And the boy said, yes, so take it. And when I myself started to believe in this, I released all the attachments to outcomes, like you said, and I was just placing a step. Is my dopamine high or is low? I don't know. I'm not attached to any computer to see this. My mood is mostly optimal. I could say 99% of the time is optimal. Yes, I do react to triggers. Yes, I immediately respond to the triggers inside. I become aware. I observe them, and yeah, I'm also on a big path of learning things.
Right, we kind of done 30 minutes as we
Okay.
planned. It was a great chat. I did enjoy it. I think both of us can say that anyone if have questions or wanna chat for or anything, please contact us and
Definitely.
see you soon, I guess. Let's do this again.
Yeah, see you soon, very soon.
Right, have a nice evening.
Then indeed, guys, indeed.
Bye, Carlos.
Bye, Marius.